This episode of Steve's Outdoor Adventures is sponsored by Pendleton Ammunition. Hunting ammunition for your rifle, hand-loaded, one round at a time. If you've tuned in over the last couple of weeks, you've seen two incredible elk hunts here in Northeast Oregon. First up, Robbie Kroger had an incredible archery hunt during the peak of the rut in what was an early rutting season in mid-September. And then the following week, well, we were blessed to have Fisher Abrams here, and he scored on the elk of a lifetime. But this week, it's Kevin Hoeneker's turn to come here to the Ponderosa Ranch and hunt for an elk during the rut with a rifle. Now, Kevin is a special guest. He's here with a hero. He's a double amputee wounded veteran from the war in Afghanistan, and we're proud to have him as our guest this week. All right, so our good friends at Bergara were nice enough to send this rifle for you. This is yours. Yeah, 300 Win Mag. It's the Bergara B14 Carbon Wilderness Ridge. This rifle is 0 to 100 yards, got a custom turret. It's got the Burris 3 to 15 veracity on it. Actually, let me take it back. We put a 4 to 20 on yours. Bolt action, it's got the Cure carbon barrel. It's the best carbon barrel on the planet. The gun shoots about half minute of angle accuracy, about half-inch groups, 100 yards. That's been proofed and tested all the way down to 500 yards. This gun's shooting 180 grain Barnes TTSX bullets. The muzzle velocity is right at 2,960 feet per second. What I want you to do is go ahead and acquire that target down there for me. Oh, that swung it good. Center plate, good shot. Nice, right in the middle. You don't mess around, nice grip. Right on. I mean, you feel pretty good about the gun all around? Yeah. Cool. All right, so at the end of this hunt, I'll find out who your local FFL dealer is. My office will ship that to them, and you can go and do your background checking on that firearm. That's yours for life. So, like I said, from the guys at Bergara and the folks at Burris, and obviously everybody at our office, we want to make sure we have you out for a great hunt. All right, let's have some fun, man. Let's mount up and get out of here. Each year, our clients ask us about applying for tags across the western United States, including Alaska, for limited entry big game hunts for elk, mule deer, bighorn sheep, moose, pronghorn antelope, and even whitetail. I have heard this tremendous demand from our clients to offer a more inclusive tag application program, and we're happy to announce that to fill those requests, we have launched the new SOA Tags program. Specifically designed to meet the needs of our clients who want to apply for quality hunting opportunities each year, as well as accumulate preference and bonus points across the western states. Not only will our SOA Tags program customers have an opportunity to draw incredible big game tags each year, but they will also begin to accumulate bonus and preference points each season that open doors in the future that would otherwise be closed. And any hunter who draws a tag has full access to the Steve's Outdoor Adventures Outfitters and Guides, who will provide you with a world-class hunting experience. If you'd like to learn more about the new SOA Tags program, give our office a call or go to the website address listed at the bottom of the screen. Now, let's get back to the show. So tonight, the first night, we've got about 3 hours left before pitch black at most, probably more like 2.5. I want to move down into some meadow complexes, look at some elk, see if we can't get Kevin his first up close look at rut and bulls and a little bit of action, at least hear some bugling. If we're not in the field, we can't get it done. So we're gonna hit it. Every minute counts. One second, we were glassing the upper part of the meadow. The next second, I turned and saw 3 small bulls feeding directly to my left. They had approached in line with a pine tree that had blocked my view, and at 100 yards, Kevin got to see his first elk. But elk attract other elk. And with the biggest bull only a small 5x5, we held tight and waited to see what else would come feed in the meadows before dark. Sure enough, in the final 10 minutes of daylight, a parade of young bachelor bulls started making their way into the meadow, and we got a chance to look at every single one of them.
Long main beams, great 4s. He's short on the 5s. We can do better.
The day one mission was accomplished. Kevin was at the lodge, he had shot his rifle and was comfortable with it, and he had a chance to do what most elk hunters can never do, pass up 6-point bulls, because we are on the Ponderosa Ranch, and this show has just begun. Steve's Outdoor Adventures is sponsored by Bergara Rifles, featuring the new Cure Carbon barrels and a sub-MOA guarantee. Steve's Outdoor Adventures is sponsored by Burris Optics and the new Burris Veracity PH Rifle Scope.
It's gusty. Breeze is blowing out here. Let me get up on top. Hopefully this wind lays down. Turn up your hearing aids. Yeah, deer are on the move this morning. Definitely right up here on top. Not the. Hear that bull up here? Oh yeah, wind's right in our face. Right in your face too. So if they thought they heard it up here on the wind, be coming this way. Yeah. I'll bet he goes this way for cover though. He'll try and bed up here. He's getting closer right there. There's a bull right there. Cow behind him feeding dead left. Hey, they're all right there along that tree line.
On this part of the ranch, we're usually hunting elk that are transitioning from their feeding area to their bedding area, and they do this first thing in the morning. There's a lot of feed in the timber stands where they bed for the day, and it's been warm and dry. So the shade in those timber stands is really appealing. On top of that, it's early October, and we're well past the best time in the season to be calling in herd bulls.
He liked that one. This bull's cowed up pretty heavy down here. We're gonna move up about 75 yards. We've got a good lane down into some of this. Hopefully we can just get him to step out of the heavy cover. They're on the edge of the bedding area.
At this point, we can hear elk bugling all around us. And I didn't know it until later, but we had 5 different herds of elk that were converging on the area.
Oh, there's the bull. He's right behind them. Oh yeah, Big Daddy.
My goal is to catch them in transition. And while I'm calling, it's more to locate the bulls and hopefully get one to step out in the open and give us a look at him. Remember, we're using a rifle, not a bow. We can shoot one at 200 yards. He doesn't need to come into 20. And in this case, if he steps out in the open and he's big enough, I hope he sticks around long enough for a shot.
This bull might come by us right here. We're looking for that window right there. Let's go back to what we were doing. Stay focused on that window right there. Got him. Hey, there's a cow coming our way. They should play this window perfectly. It's right down there. Scope right down through that side.
The cow calling didn't seem to be working, so I decided to see if this bull would come and fight. But as it always seems to be during this time in the season, this bull had his cows, and he wasn't willing to risk losing them. So as they pushed back into the heavy timber to bed for the day, we headed back to the lodge. We had a new Green Mountain Grill to assemble and get set up, because we have a strong tradition to maintain. Traditions that include killing big bulls and eating the tenderloins that night. This segment of Steve's Outdoor Adventures is sponsored by Green Mountain Grills, the pellet grill for every home and every adventure. Should be an eventful evening. The elk are really starting to ramp it up here in early October.
Got about a half mile walk. We're gonna ease up here real quick. Lots of cows. Yeah, wind's blowing straight off the hill. They're up above the pond here and they're coming down. We can hear them. You get to this point in the season, sometimes it pays not to call. Just get out in front of them. Let them come to you. It's hard to beat 20, 30 sets of eyes. Some of these bulls have a lot of cows. I've seen some. Big six. He's just behind the pine trees for Wesley. He's just right here coming out. He's right behind that big pine tree for you. He's wallowing in the mud.
This was a nice bull, but he was a satellite bull. And I really wanted to get Kevin an exceptional animal. I figured if he could give 2 legs in the service of our country, I could work a little bit harder and get him a shot at that herd bull. It's important to understand that we're not just trying to kill a bull. We're at the Ponderosa. We're using a rifle. It's during the rut. Killing a bull is easy. What we're trying to do is kill a herd bull. And at no time during the season is that easy. We were in the catbird seat for sure. We had the water covered, but the bulls just didn't show up until the last few minutes of daylight. And just as I was about to call it, a bull sounded off less than 100 yards away in the thicket above us.
Get ready, this could happen right here. We got multiples there, they're on top of each other. Scoot down, get down, baby. Man, I was close when bull came into the pond. We had more elk all around. It's just, they're really standing brushed up right now for some reason. Not do as much in the open. This could be a little bit strange, so we're seeing a fraction of the elk that we're hearing. We'll stay after it. Should be good tomorrow. They're really getting after it right now. The rut's on.
With warm and dry weather forecast for the next week, I knew that hunting around the water would be key to our success. Steve's Outdoor Adventures is sponsored by Pendleton Ammunition and their line of hand-loaded Performance TSS turkey loads. If you would like to book this hunt or any other hunting or fishing adventure, give our office a call. We will gladly take your calls, answer your questions, and help you book the adventure of a lifetime. All right, day 3, it's time to get it done. The next morning, the sunrise revealed a clear and cool day, and I was betting on my plan to hunt around water. I was just certain that after feeding all night, the elk would hit the pond on their way to bed down for the day. So I took us back to the same spot where we were the night before. I parked the electric side-by-side about a half mile away and we approached with the wind in our favor. I slipped out in front of everybody so that I could get eyes on the elk if there were any at the pond before the group arrived, and I could hear the elk bugling up on the hill above us. As soon as I could see the pond, I put up my binoculars and I instantly saw a bull. Unfortunately, he didn't give us a shot opportunity as he went out the back and through the thicket, but what he did do was go out on the hillside above the pond and start pushing his cows down the hill from right to left across in front of us through the open pine stand. I moved us up about 25 yards so that we had good open shooting lanes and a wide field of view. And once we got the rifle set up in the death grip, it was instantaneous. Here they came.
There he comes. What's that? Right to left. He's going right where those cows just walked. Okay. He's coming. Let's see what he's coming. Stay on him. Stay on him. He's right behind the tree. Wait for it. Wait. Left side of the tree. He's gonna come left side. Smoking.
Oh, got him! Smoked him. Jack another one in. Hit him again. Stay on him. That one smoked him.
I hit him a little hard.
Well, you put him down and he followed it up quick. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
When you knock him down, put him down quick.
Way to keep your head in it too.
Good job, buddy.
Good job.
Good job, brother. Now this one is like Fisher's. Age, size, everything. This is a good bull.
Oh God, it's got way behind.
That's a big, heavy bull. He's got Devil Tine 7s on both sides. Yeah, that's why the first night when you're like, hell, I'll shoot one of those. I was like, no, you won't. Yeah, this is what we want right here. Age above all else. Big, mature bodied bull. Look at that. He even chipped his G3 fighting on the other side. Devil Tines are still bumped in. That's a cranker. That's a cranker. I had promised Lee Stuckey that as soon as Kevin had killed a bull, that I would run back to the lodge and get him. So I left Kevin to spend some time admiring his elk and reminisce with Cody about the morning's events. And I hiked back to the side-by-side and made the quick trip back to the lodge to get the flatbed truck and Major Stuckey. And within 30 minutes, I was back. That night, we celebrated the elk, and Cody, per our tradition, prepared the tenderloins on the new Green Mountain Grill. The feast was fit for kings, and for a night, we were. These hunts are some of the most rewarding of my career. I thoroughly enjoy taking wounded vets and terminally ill kids elk hunting on the ranch. It allows me to spend time with a good friend and work in my favorite office. Kevin Honecker went back home and works as an electrical contractor. The elk is being mounted and will grace the walls of his home when taxidermy is completed. And Lee Stuckey is back in Alabama running A Hero among other organizations. A Hero is an incredible organization, and I urge everyone watching the show to consider donating time or resources to help them further their cause of helping first responders and veterans recover from the damage often caused by a life of service. Their website address is on the screen, and they appreciate every bit of help they get from you at home. As for me, I have a big fall ahead of me, with hunts in Colorado, Wyoming, and other incredible destinations. But that's another story for another day. And while we can't offer hunts here at the Ponderosa Ranch, we have incredible destinations all across the western United States, including Canada, and we offer those hunting and fishing trips to all of our Steve's Outdoor Adventures clients. In fact, if you'd like to book one of those trips for yourself, give our office a call. We're always available to take your calls, answer your questions, and help you book that hunting or fishing trip of a lifetime. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this week's show. But please remember to join us again next week when we bring you another exciting episode of Steve's Outdoor Adventures. If you enjoyed this episode, please click like and subscribe to see more of Steve's Outdoor Adventures right here on YouTube.